Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the yellow Soviet force. We've got Lafayette. Spawn as his blue US ally. Oh, got the initial early game lag. We have Jhiaxus, who's immediately locked in the mechanized company. Spawn as the magenta austere. We've got SkyGreener, who's not in green. You monster. And Spawn as red OKW ally, who selected the breakthrough doctrine. We got SEALEKS 12 KAPSUL. Oh, I butchered that name well enough. Can potentially bring in the YAG Tiger. The YAG Tiger can be quite nice on this map. Just play around this area here and will provide good anti-tank coverage.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
We are going to see some Panzer Fusiliers on the build queue. Blue may be eyeing for some very fun WC51 trucks. And we've got some wire being plotted around the truck. Engineers now engaging. Got conscripts here as well. Conscripts going to advance to the light cover. Destroys a bit of that barbed wire there. Pair of rifleman squads now deployed in the field. Has some manpower sorted up. He may be going for more rifle squad. We may not see a WC51. We are seeing a WC51. Gotta eat crow sometimes. I wonder how crow tastes in real life. The saying is, eat crow when it's young and tender before it gets old and not tender? Something like that. I want to try pretty much most types of meats. Assuming that it's safe to eat, to say the least. Got a pair of grenadiers here. Over here we do have, of course, a rifleman. Does have to be careful around those grenadiers with the Panzerfaust.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts, now you can use Molotovs to burn those bastards.
And do now have the Wagon being engaged, taking some damage there. Comtras overall somewhat winning the fight. Our squad here does fall back. WC51 does have rear echelon squads low in the back. I never really find rear echelon squads low in the back of the WC51 ever a really good idea. Excuse me. Rear echelon squad just simply doesn't provide enough fire output. And WC51 is not simply the most sturdy of vehicles. Our squad's on the flank. WC51 could advance from the flank there. But thanks to the good flanking maneuver there, the Grenadiers do get forced on back. We have a early teller mine. That's one way to deal with the WC51. And it will likely nuke the entire crew in the back. I know when it comes to the Soviet M3, if it hits a telemine, it has a severely high chance to kill off the crew in the back of it, since they're still vulnerable to, well, everything. We do now have some cavalry riflemen now deployed on the field, which can be upgraded to Thompson submachine guns, and tactical assault is already available. Captain now deployed on the field. Conscripts do take a bit of volley there. Right now it's 2 squads over 3 squads. Panzerfausters do get some damage upon as they start falling back. Does have this VP captured, was behind some good heavy cover there. German pioneers ambush position, ready to protect the fuel sector. The Allies have this fuel sector. And captains inside the garrison. Vtuber has taken some fire. And the Soviet player selected the community defensive tactics. WC51 has gone down, and looks like it had no units low in the back of it. No. Telemine did its job, destroyed the WC51. He's going for another WC51. Conscripts and compentators push right forward. Commandeers do have good rifles. We do now have another conscript squad advancing forward. One of the rifle squads got wiped out over here, I'm guessing. Got good number of grenadiers here. Got the 2-2 advancing. Cavalry rifle squad also advancing. Cavalry riflemen do have access to the anti-vehicle satchel charge like the Penals. It costs 45 munitions, which he simply did not have at the time. Another rifle squad push way forward.
A capture point is under attack.
Over here, got the various Soviet forces push way forward. Conscripts, I'll say, fall back to 2-man squad. Merge the guys into the 5-man squad and fall back to the 1 remaining man. We do now have a pack forward in the build queue for Magenta. Very nice. And US AT gun being dragged to the battlefield, and he's going to like it. Nice merge there onto the combat engineers. Takes a bit of losses there. He is going to bring in Dishka to help stabilize this region. Dishka inside this garrison is probably a good way to help him stabilize that flank. 120mm mortars can play around quite nicely in the center of the map, provide a good amount of coverage. Combat engineers inside the garrison, 50 cal setting on up. Both grenadiers push forward. Some heavy cover there from the utilize. But now in front of heavy cover, got multiple G43s pulled out onto them. This Volksgrenadiers here. We also got the Sturm Officer. Force retreat something. Force retreat the Dishka. Sturm Officer falling on back. Flamethrower trying to flank and hit those G43s. They're really stacked up, not much behind heavy cover, so the AoE damage will be quite significant. Nice mercy in the combat engineers. Gotta get more men to carry the flamethrower. And now the Sturm Officer's taking some hits there. The splash damage of the flamethrower is very good, not to mention the bonus damage versus heavy cover. Well, the flamethrower does not do any bonus damage versus light cover. So the fact that they're packed in tightly means AoE damage from flamethrower is also very nice. And that's going to be a dead grenadier. Got tons of grenadiers who are probably going to throw a bundle grenade. That one squad gets wiped on out. May hit the other squad there. Bundle grenade being thrown onto the middle of the formation. Gets a decent hit there. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. Looks like they'll not get wiped on out. Grenadiers engaging. And now do have the... Oh, we've got the enemy there. Very nice. Falling on back here. Got some bit of damage here on these guys. One of the cavalry rifle squads to fall back. Head straight forward. Got the M5 from the Soviets. M1AT gun exists there. Rifle squad can pick it up, as well as a cavalry rifleman. Pioneer will probably get wiped out here. Bit of losses there from Magenta. Conscripts and combat engineers capturing the flank. You got Dishka suppressing of the Panzer Fusiliers. For the Battle Group HQ, we do have only Battle Phase 1. The Verified has enough fuel for Battle Phase 2, but nothing much more after that. He also has not selected Doctrine either. Could see the Jaeger armor. Since one has come for breakthrough, probably not a good idea to go for a Doctrine for the Elephant. German Mechanized, the command tank. German Mechanized has not been selected. The command tank can be very nice. Crit repair is not super great. Spawning scope can be very nice for some Stugs on this map, and Lev 15s can be very nice on this map as well, since you got some natural foliage here as a line of sight blocker. So overall, I think the German Mechanized Doctrine was a good selection. All I could tell you was the Jaeger armor was definitely going to be a bad selection, and I don't remember what the last Doctrine was since I didn't have time to mouse over it. Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers along the flank, where the combatants get ripped apart. Overdrive here. Conscripts get wiped on out. Dishka suppressing 2 of the squads there. 2-2 trying to beat Dishka. Just have a line of 2 guys being suppressed there. Panzergrenadiers do have now the combined arms activated there. Does wipe him out.
We are losing a sector.
M180 gun now deployed over here. Captain of the sector, rifleman captain, and rear echelons. Looks like the entire of the Axis army is on this flank. And the 50 cal has been secured up by Magenta, who actually I think did an MG42 skip. I don't think we saw MG42 on the field. Oh, guess there was a landmine there. 120 millimeter mortar point of view. Did I say 50 cal? I meant Dishka. Same difference. 12.7 millimeter is 50. And usually the M2 machine gun and the Dishka is usually competing with each other of who was in service the longest. Cavalry squad takes some fire there, but they're net cover, so they're getting ripped apart here. G43 squad falls back, got the SEALEKS half track here. Sheer pen squad, so protect that cutoff is not a bad idea. May also protect this flank as well. Double M180 gun, you definitely want to keep the sheer pan quarters away from that, and the Kuvagen does take a hit there. Captain does fall back. I heard an explosion over here. I think it was 120 mortar. I think a squad just got wiped out there, or maybe that was one that's crew models there. Probably one of the crew models. Sheer Pan's quarters being deployed in a very defensive position. It will cover the cutoff sector, which is just the bare minimum. But it's going to be hard to destroy from that, how far back it is. Not a bad spot. Could be better, but it's perfectly fine. Another Panzercruiser on the build queue for red. Magenta has enough resources to deploy out something. That is research for Battle Phase 2. Did not research it quick enough, so he has enough resources for Power Panzer 4. Just don't have the tech structure nor the technology to get one out. Cavalry rifle squads pushing their way forward. Grenadiers are falling their way back. Way too much in front of the cavalry rifle squad to be successful. Major's now veteran C1. Double M180 gun advancing. They're talking about the music. Overall, just the how stuff sort of echoes in the background. Because both are quite nice. You now have the Panzer Grenadiers falling back. I say Company Heroes 2 did a great job in background noise where, say, a machine gun off them on the other side of the map, you can hear it in echo. Ooh, that was a good hit there by the mortar. Panzer Grenadiers behind, as well as in front of light cover. The bush is omnidirectional. Got a Soviet landmine there.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Double Zis gun on the field. Okuda players now going for a Panzer 4.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Oh, he has Battle Phase 2 research. Of course, needed one of those structures built. Going for Battle Phase 3 now. A burn bar, I would say, would be a good call. Just if you go for a burn bar, go for a second pack 40.
We are now authorized to request more powerful units.
Rifle grenade fired. 2-2 firing away. And the Dishka back there does suppress the cavalry rifleman. Good squat on the field. Decides to go for a Scott rather than for the 76mm. This map I say is better for Jhiaxus rather than for 76mm. Panzer from the build queue for Magenta. Could have gone for a Left 18 instead. Cheaper on the fuel. Of course, the burst of the Panzerwerfer is much better, while the Left 18 does have a bit more duration. He may find this landmine. Does find that landmine. This gun's, however, going to get overran. Overdrive activated there. One pen. The other one does get decrewed. Smoke grenade there. And a regular frag grenade there. AT grenade connects. And looks like he's going to find this landmine. He can pull back. For this Panzer IV. Avoids the landmine. Rotates the last moment. Probably try to avoid those M1AT guns. If the US player did not push the M1AT guns there, he would back to the landmine and died. So the US player trying to spawn, help him out. His teammates sort of allow the Panzer IV to escape. But he, of course, has 18 satchel charges here. M1AT gun does get decrewed. Plus, he has put some bars on these cavalry riflemen as well, maxing out their DPS. Panzerwerfer Barrage somewhere. Nails right around here. One rifle squad does fall back. Pack 40 does get decrewed. And one ET gun does connect, and the captain does fall back. Another Scott on the build queue. Good mortar hit there. Right now there's only one OKW Panzer IV on the field, so you can go with another Scott. Probably a good idea to go for another M1AT gun at the current rate. Though right now his manpower is going to be consumed by reinforcing the squads. Conscripts get ripped apart by the Vtuber 2 Panzer Grenadier. AT gun now getting connected. Puts a high explosive barrage onto it, or maybe just a attack order. Looks like attack order. Scott's not very good at destroying AT guns. And I say that, and he just did. What was about me eating crow? Still curious how it tastes. Does smoke up the Dishka, very nice. Double Grenadier here, very stacked up. The Scott needs to throw a high barrage order there. He's using a regular attack order now. Rolls a miss. One cavalry squad does get suppressed. The barrage order will increase the accuracy as well as increase the projectile speed. The projectiles move much faster. Harder does that. Panzerwerfer barrage reading on in. Panzerwerfer does get some hits on the Scots, but not too much damage. Panzer Fusiliers and the Shum officer. What's up? You said, lag there? Now I got a broom bar on the boot queue. Since their opponents are lacking any sort of dedicated armor, does not need another Pack 40 at the moment.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
There's only one tank on the field right now, and that would be the Panzer IV with hold fire turned on. Prioritize fire turned on. No pinto mount. I got a Zis barrage. Hit the Zat target. Landmine here. Bar rifle squads or cavalry rifle squads push forward. It's more of like it can, but not likely sort of thing. It does have pen, it can pen, but it's just not very good at it. We do have the Katusha barrage there, rolls a bit of a miss. Good hits there. Does force back those squads, Shroom Pioneers moving forward. Does detonate that landmine upon retreat. Got lucky then with losing his squads. Took severe amount of damage there. I think all 3 of those squads got exploded from it. Conscripts advancing. We do now have the quad half track straight forward. But can for hitting the sandbags. Now got Sukasfus on the build queue as well. That would be pretty useful against all these support weapons. A very good idea. 1 AT guns does get decrewed. Looks like maybe a Panther for barrage, maybe a bundle grenade. Burnbar has 3 kills. He just got done for the crit repair, so maybe the Burnbar got some good shots there. Panzerwerfer went down. The Panzerwerfer went down, looks like right there. I'm not sure what happened there. My apologies, I missed that. Now the assault barrage being summoned. Assault artillery.
Now we can see them before they see us.
Burnbar has an upgraded spotting scopes, very nice.
Reporting.
Good shot there. Does get a pen there with Scott. Saber rounds firing. Hits the cavalry rifle squad quite nicely. Does force him back. Sukasfus barrage raining on in. Looks like when the Sukasfus barrage hit the trees in front of it, I heard. Does get a pen there onto the burn bar. Does use take aim and saber rounds.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
Grenadier squad does get wiped out by the cavalry riflemen. Jackson up on the field, very nice. And looks like a bunker buster. Does get one good hit there. 2-2 advancing. Ooh, Lafayette connects as well. Jackson connects on the 2-2-2. Back 40 hits the Jackson. 2-2 has gone down. Multiple pens there on the Jackson now. Conscripts behind some good light cover. Or is this a Kratos more in a cover there? Katusha go for a predictive barrage, unsuccessful. Two monsters now virtually 5, 2-4, 6 on the field, very nice. The shoot combo quite nice at the ETT Overwatch. Could probably go for a SV5 in the future. It does have a triple AT gun though, so maybe not needed. Scott's advancing. Trying to barrage the leg. Back 40 can push his way forward. Rolls in this there. Cavalry Rifle squad advancing. Sukasfus barrage raining on in. Connects. Got a flare fighter away, probably from Panzer Fusilier. Does decrew one of the Zis guns. Jackson in the area. Pioneers push forward.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Cavalry squad does take a nice hit there. And one gun connects onto the burn bar, looks like. Multiple pens there on the burn bar. It is using the take aim. Or that range seems a little bit farther.
We're losing a capture point.
It is using saber rounds at least. Scott does take a pen there from the Panzer. This one fires some smoke rounds onto it. Jhiaxus receives the pen there. Looks like he's forced on the ground. Takes the pen in return. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. Conscript's now starting to fall back. Now, I do have a young Panzer on the build queue. As much as I like it, I don't think it's going to be super useful right now. I see a lot of these bombardiers or artillery type vehicles in a couple years too. There is a fair number of them. Let's see. The Soviets has their own rocket artillery and two howitzer-based artillery. You got the Katyusha, which we have one right here. Fires rockets. They also have the NL-20 and the B-4 in doctrines. Oshtir has the Panzerwerfer, which you saw. That's the that's the rocket artillery for Magenta, as was the doctrinal Lafayette here. Which that doctrinal Lafayette is also a doctrinal item for OKW. Oops, we got the combined arms here. Jackson gets some bounce there. Cavalry squad moving forward. Takes a pretty good hit there. Pioneers can't really stand much up against it. Good pen there. Pioneers do go down. Vermor gets some more splash hits there. Howitzer or the Scots take some more damage there. Cavalry squad falling back. And we'll probably get wiped out here. Captain Destroy 4, Katyusha Rocket Barrage hitting the squads, but Drain Deliver short. You've got some artillery, assault artillery being summoned at the edge of the zone. It looks like everything managed to escape on out there, though the Indians may get nailed. And back onto artillery. Let's see, for the US, they have the non-doctrinal Scott. The Scott is a more or less light artillery one. For a mobile heavy artillery, they have the Priest, mobile 105mm. They also have the Sherman Calliope, a Sherman tank with a rocket rack on top, which is its rocket artillery. The main gun cannot fire, that's 75mm. OKW, as you see the Jhiaxus here. It's the rocket artillery you're seeing occasionally. Not to mention they have their own Lafayette as well. Same model as this one. And the Brits have primarily the Sexton, another self-propelled howitzer. The Land Mattress, a infantry-based rocket artillery, mobile. And of course you got the base howitzers of 25-pounders, which is just basically a glorified incendiary grenade. There is a fair amount of artillery vehicles, to say the least. Every faction has at least 2, if not 3. I think the faction has the least amount is OKW. But they have a really good one, the Jhiaxus you see there. You have now the Panzerfusiliers getting some good damage. That was right with that Panzerfusilier from a nice follow-up shot. They do have 2 Katyushas in the field, going for another T-476. Probably need to get out some more combat engineers for repairs, but it's probably going to be a pop cap after this. I mentioned a lot of squads need reinforcing. Double taps the Scott, takes a severe amount of damage there. Grenadiers do fall back. Katyusha's now pushing the way forward. Right now the VPs are pretty even. It's hit the 30-minute mark of the game. Volkswageners and Panzer Fusiliers advancing. Katyusha barrages. Splashes the Panzer Fusilier a little bit. Ooh, good hit there by the Panzer IV onto the conscripts. One shot could wipe him out, depending where it lands. Got another pen there onto the Panzer IV. This officer does take some severe damage there, pretty stacked up. Panzer Fusilier or Jhiaxus firing away. Oops, Scott hits the structure there.
The capture point is under attack.
More artillery raining on in. Looks like he's using airburst barrages from the base howitzer.
We are losing a sector.
Backing off, trying to get some healing there for the ambulance.
German infantry, cut them down.
Couple Scotch shots there. Good pens there onto the burn bar. Does wipe out the 50 cal entirely, the Dishka. Scott takes a double tap there. And now the SkyGreener is now fully on back. D476 push way forward. Massive there by the Katyushas. The other Katyushas a bit closer, hitting them as well. But it looks like the rest of those squads will escape on out of there. The Okita player is lacking a bit of supporting infantry. Paul needs to get out a Sherman Pioneer for a bit of repairs. Doesn't recognize its Q for source repairs, and Gullish just asks his teammate to be nice. Double Jackson, double Scots straight forward. The US player has plenty of infantry in the field. The US player is not necessarily a pop cat, could squeeze out something a little bit more, but has a pretty good composition, so if he doesn't want to play anything else, that should be perfectly fine. The US player could go for WC-51, bring it and start spinning munitions that way, and bring its very powerful abilities. Warfare is now falling back. Pretty good amount of hits there from the T-476. Those squads are pretty wounded. Yeah, Ponzo gets some good hits. The OKW player has plenty of fuel at the moment. Could go for something big like the King Tiger or the Yag Tiger soon. Just mostly need more manpower. Both options still require more fuel, but manpower is a bigger issue. Looks like the Panther gets an engine crit from something. It's wounded enough even the Scots could take it out. Oh wait, it was going on control. Must have got hit by multiple AT satchel charges. Molotov thrown, and the Opsasa does fall back. And looks like the Axis players have in fact surrendered since the game has paused. Or, nope, that was usually the case where those pauses happen. Somebody backed out of the game, or the game is trying to end. Yep, from a triple capture and nope, games continue. Somebody may be trying to back on out. It's usually a case where somebody backs out. Our team has surrendered. Another Jackson on the build queue. D476 received a pen there. US players moving around stuff, so we know it's not him backing out of the game. Got some T-34s being micro, though this one's going down. That's what's happening. The OKW player was leading the game. And with that, Magenta will have to figure out if he wants to leave or not. It's generally a good idea if your teammate backs out the game, you should back out the game yourself, as you're not likely going to win with an AI ally. The AI can only last a short amount of time before it just screws everything up. Because the AI cannot really handle or properly manage some units there. If you want to force a human player out of the game, because the game's already basically won, the other one gets out of the game, you focus down that person really hard, get as many squad wipes, just convince them to get out of the game. Ram knocks the burn bar, and here comes anything Overwatch. The AI's Jhiaxus will be destroyed from it. And while the barrage was, the Panzer was in the radius of the barrage, just simply not in vision range. AI OW Panzer IV on the build queue. This can be recovered. Jackson should probably be a bit careful. Does have the Panzer Warfare. The not AI players lost a lot of stuff. Anti-graphic grenade does connect. And looks like the game has paused once again, so it looks like the other Wehrmacht player has now backed the game officially. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.